Welcome into another video in my series where I'm going through and testing all the weapons inside of MW3 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of our Modern Warfare 3 Zombies game modes. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you like to see how weapons perform inside of Call of Duty Zombies, you are definitely in the right place. So make sure you are subscribed with those bell notifications turned on so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself. As well, down below in the description, you will find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream everything from MW3 Zombies, the Black Ops 6 beta, all the way through to custom zombie maps, and have a ton of fun over there. Would hope to see you all come and hang out. That does mean today there will be a stream. Now, before we dive into anything review related today, I definitely wanted to touch base on our third Black Ops 6 Standard Edition giveaway. So today, I'm super happy to announce that our third winner of our Black Ops 6 Standard Edition giveaway on any platform is TGKN and a bunch of numbers from down in the comment section. So thank you so much for your comment, for tuning into the videos. I really do appreciate that. Make sure you join the Zhordecommunity Discord. The link for that is down in the description below. Once you have joined the Discord, send me a DM so we can get in touch and sort out your copy of a Standard Edition for Black Ops 6 on any platform of your choice. Now, I do have to mention as well, the Discord has been exploding, so thank you everybody who has joined recently to the Zhordecommunity Discord. It's been amazing to see you all in here, and we are fast approaching 500 members inside the community Discord. So again, if you're looking for people to help you out, and you are a player that likes to help out other players, then the Zhordecommunity Discord is going to be a place for you. The link for that will be down in the description. As well, with the third Black Ops 6 Standard Edition giveaway on the channel, I do want to mention that this is possible because of the amazing support on the channel, and if you'd like to see me do more giveaways and increase the giveaways, then one way to do that, I don't expect anybody to, is becoming a channel member. There's 3 tiers set up for the channel members, and if you choose to become a channel member, you will be given a special role inside of the Zhordecommunity Discord, which will allow you access to see me do my video editing live, so that you can be a part of that process and see how the behind the scenes video production happens for a YouTube video. So again, I don't expect anybody to do that, but if you choose to be a legendary supporter of the channel, the membership link is down below in the description. Now, in today's video, I stumbled across this weapon and this build as I was playing around with the community the other night. And this one was one that caught my eye as I was moving around like an absolute speed demon. So today's build is going to be one for the STRIKER SMG. We're going to be taking it through all 3 tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through, including the Dark Aether, to see how well this weapon performs. So hopefully by the end of the video, you have a really good feel for how the STRIKER SMG performs inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. And by the end of the video, you should be able to make up your mind on whether or not this is a weapon that you should be able to be running inside of your Zombies game mode. Now, this build today is a little bit different than my usual builds. It is not geared towards damage and recoil control. This build today is for all of you movement demons out there, as I feel that this build is an awesome build for you to be able to move around at top speed and dish out an absolute ton of damage. So without further ado, thank you all for the legendary support. I truly do appreciate it. Let's dive into today's STRIKER review video. Welcome into today's video. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. I truly do appreciate that. Now, today's a little bit different. Usually my builds are designed for max damage and to shoot as laser straight as possible. But today I went a little bit something completely 180 degrees from that and went for a speed and movement build with, of course, damage on there as well. So if you're new to the channel around here, when I spawn in and do my weapon testing videos, I spawn in and put on all of my perks with no additions to the weapon whatsoever. So no pack-a-punch, no tools, and no ammo mods. I do play on mouse and keyboard, so I do run Deadshot Daiquiri every single match, as I like the little bit of extra critical damage that it does provide. Now today we're going to be having a look at the SMG, the STRIKER, and I was really impressed with just how fast you're able to move with this weapon in your hand. So I definitely wanted to get this video out and show you guys today just how well this weapon performs inside of our Zombies games, because I was really impressed. Like, we have our first bounty contract of the day, which we pick up and take on at white rarity with absolutely no additions to the weapon, and we got a Mangler as our first bounty contract, and I could already tell just off the first couple critical shots that I got into the Mangler that this this was definitely going to be dishing out an absolute ton of damage, even with the build geared towards movement speed. I mean, he didn't get a chance to fire his cannon at me once. The Mangler tried. I was feeling extremely confident in this situation, taking on our bounty contract right here. Didn't even move for that zombie that was coming because I knew I was going to be able to eliminate that bounty contract as quick as I did, which was awesome to see. So the next thing to do was to head off and visit the Pack-a-Punch machine inside of Tier 1. Now, if you're new to MW3 from Game Pass and you're wanting to keep your camo or your blueprint on your weapon for your run, head over to the Pack-a-Punch machine, melee it, and make sure it turns green like that before you use the machine or your Pack-a-Punch crystal, and you will keep your camo and your blueprint on your run for the rest of the match. Unless you go off to the Dark Aether or a story mission. When you get inside of those, you will have the corresponding Pack-a-Punch level camo you're at. You'll see that when I get into the Dark Aether today as the camo goes away and I'm giving my Pack-a-Punch level camo. So we pick up our second bounty contract of the day inside of Tier 1. We got ourselves a Mimic, and we were taking this on at white rarity, no ammo mods, and no tools, just Pack 1. And I was thoroughly impressed with the damage increase just from visiting Pack-a-Punch inside of Tier 1. Definitely impressive. So the next thing to do was throw on my legendary tool, my ammo mod, and find ourselves our third and final bounty contract inside of Tier 1. Now, I like to take these on. These are a lot of fun. At this point, being Pack-a-Punch 1, legendary with an ammo mod inside of Tier 1, you are incredibly overpowered for being inside of Tier 1 and have absolutely no issues taking on absolutely anything inside of Tier 1. So these contracts are absolutely a ton of fun, and I love to see just how quickly I am able to delete these bounty contracts inside of Tier 1. And this Mangler tried to fire up his cannon, but very no bueno, it did not work out for him. So too bad for you, Mangler. Now it was time to push on into Tier 2, seeing how well this Striker SMG had performed across all of our bounty contracts inside of Tier 1, and grab ourselves another bounty contract in Tier 2 this time. But this time I'm not going to go and increase any of the damage output on this SMG. I just wanted to keep it where it was that we were using inside of Tier 1, pick up our Tier 2 bounty contract, and see how this weapon will perform inside of Tier 2, being Pack 1, legendary with an ammo mod, and I was thoroughly impressed. Holy smokes, are we able to dish out the damage on that Mangler right there. Or 45 rounds, so not even a full magazine. I think it was just over one magazine, and we're able to take out our bounty contract inside of Tier 2, only being Pack-a-Punch 1, which was just absolutely remarkable. Truly amazing to see. So seeing how well that went, I wanted to push on into Pack-a-Punch in Tier 2, increase the damage output on this SMG one more time, and then go off and see if I can grab myself a bounty contract inside of Tier 2 to, you know, see how well this weapon's going to perform. We're, again, in a similar situation that we were at the end of Tier 1. We are now Pack 2, legendary with an ammo mod inside of Tier 2. So this should be a relatively easy bounty contract to delete, and it should take relatively not much time to be able to delete this bounty contract inside of Tier 2, based on what I saw throughout Tier 1 and our first bounty contract inside of Tier 2, and I was not disappointed at all. This SMG just melts absolutely everything in front of the barrel. It is truly amazing. You have a ton of movement speed when you have the weapon in your hands, and you absolutely need to sprint to get away from sticky situations. So stick through to the end of the video. I have you covered for the build, the blueprint, and the camo that I'm running on the weapon today, if you're curious. But I mean, you can see it handles Tier 2 zombies like just a hot knife through butter. No issues at all whatsoever. So the next thing, I caught a player who was taking on Dokkaebi. And I figured, you know what, I'm going to drop in and engage in the fight as well, because partaking in the Dokkaebi fight will ensure that you get the reward rift when Dokkaebi is taken out. Now, he was using, the player was using crossbow, and between that and myself, we just absolutely destroyed this warlord right here without much issue at all. I was trying to pick up a Scorcher, as the warlords will now drop a guaranteed wonder weapon, and I got super lucky. I got a Scorcher out of that warlord, so that was absolutely amazing to see. And seeing at this point how well the weapon had handled across Tier 1, across Tier 2, dealing with the warlord, all of this without being Pack-a-Punch level 3, I wanted to head into Tier 3, stop at the Wonder Fizz machine like I do every single match, and make sure I picked up all of my perks so that we can take on just the overall congestion that is Tier 3. And at this point, I was eager to see how well this weapon, this SMG, is going to be performing inside of Tier 3 and only at Pack 2. Again, I did not want to increase the damage quite yet. I wanted to see how this weapon would perform in our zombies game in the high threat level at Pack-a-Punch 2, legendary with an ammo mod, and see how it handles tier 3 zombies. Are you able to delete them fairly quickly with ease without much of a struggle? And definitely that's a resounding yes, I would say, with this weapon. You can see it definitely shoots fairly straight with the build that I have, and the damage is, I mean, you can see it on the health bars of the zombies as we're hitting them. We're only Pack-a-Punch level 2 legendary, and we do have an ammo mod on, so we're not, you know, too weak for damage on the output on the weapon with what we're running right now. But to be able to see this kind of damage inside of tier 2 or tier 3, sorry, being only pack 2 was definitely awesome to see. Then I saw there was another ritual in the area to be grabbed, so I went ahead and grabbed that one and activated it by running inside that little shed. And then I wanted to see if I could take on this ritual being Pack-a-Punch level 2, considering we are in a much confined rooftop area. There's not much room to move, so in order to be successful here, your weapon is going to have to, you know, get through the zombies quickly and dish out a ton of damage in a hurry so that you can push them back, as there's just not much room to move around up here. And for the most part, I was not having much of a struggle this time using this SMG. We got the one trick camo unlocked this run, which I was super pumped to see. I love that camo, looks absolutely amazing. Let me know what you guys think of the prestige camos for MW3 Zombies. I think they're absolutely awesome and hope to see those come back in Black Ops 6 Zombies for sure. And you can see here we're just about finishing off this ritual inside of tier 3 using this SMG only at Pack-a-Punch tier 2. We're taking out the armored zombies, as you can see right there, just mowing them down without much issue at all. I was feeling really confident using this weapon. Number one, with the movement speed you have while using this, you can definitely get out of sticky situations if you have to with the weapon in hand, and it's not much of an issue at all. And then I couldn't believe it, but the last ritual inside of tier 3 was available inside of 15 minutes to go in the match, so I definitely wanted to take advantage of that. Also wanted to take the opportunity to show you all just how to activate these two rituals inside of tier 3 and then how to complete them. Now for this ritual, seeing how we were able to complete the other one using Pack-a-Punch level 2, I wanted to go ahead and increase the damage output on this SMG to max damage output, so we are now legendary Pack-a-Punch 3 with an ammo mod inside of tier 3, and I was having no issues completing this ritual whatsoever. We got a perfectly timed nuke to finish off the ritual right there. We got our second PAP2 crystal out of the rituals, which isn't bad. Both of them gave me epic tools as well. So the next thing to show you all was to take this and round up a massive horde of zombies inside of tier 3, and how does this SMG, the Striker, perform for crowd control inside of tier 3 at max damage. And I will say it excels. It absolutely melts everything in front of you, whether you're ADS, whether you're using tac stance, or you're using hipfire. This SMG is an absolute ton of fun to use, and you, like I said, you've got a ton of movement speed with this SMG. It's truly awesome to see just how fast you can move around with the build that we have today. So the next thing we have to do is take on Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, and see how he appreciates my new SMG toy, what I built for speed. I don't think he was really impressed. Zhorde was rather aggressive today. I don't think he likes this weapon. But that's too bad. We are here in the name of testing, Zhorde, and you are part of the testing, and you need to do your part and engage so that we can show the community just how well and how viable this weapon is on your damage health bars. So I finally got over to the path to clear out the riffraff in the area to get Zhorde to engage and fire up his final laser attack, as we were able to make easy work of Zhorde today. And here I am using his laser attack to kind of control the riffraff in the area, because his laser attack will damage zombies. So I was just standing just to the right of the laser attack, and all the zombies that were coming at me were getting hit with the laser attack. That max ammo spawned at the perfect time. I didn't need to reload. I could just continue to dish out the damage to the enemies in the area, which was awesome. So Zhorde was fairly easy work today. Sorry, my guy, but we are off to an awesome start on a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody, as well. I hope you had an amazing weekend. So the next thing to do was grab a bounty contract inside of tier 3 and hope that we were able to get a Mega Abomination bounty contract, so we can see just how this weapon, this SMG, is going to perform against a Mega Abomination bounty contract. Now at this point, I wanted to throw on one more extra. I do have golden armor plates with me today as well as an extra, but we threw on Mags of Holding at the end here to take on our Mega Abomination bounty contract inside of tier 3 and it turned into a mega abomination party. There was another player in the area helping out as we had the bathhouse bouncer mega abomination join in the fight. We had my bounty mega abomination in the area. Here I am using the thermites, which are definitely super strong to be using against mega abominations. You can almost take out one head with a thermite under a critical attack when he's firing up the laser, so it's definitely awesome. Here we are finishing off my bounty mega abomination inside of tier 3. I'm just kind of firing at him, waiting for him to fire up his final laser attack so I can lay in the damage. I do have mags of holding right now, so I do not need to reload. I can just continuously fire a stream of damage into my mega abomination bounty contract, and we finished him off right there without much of a struggle, to be honest. This weapon is awesome. It hands out a ton of damage. The movement speed is amazing, which is definitely something I enjoy, being able to move around and not feel like a slug when I'm inside of tier 3. Now, I had some fun here with our bathhouse bouncer, playing ring around the building, in and out the building. It was good fun. Mega Abomination was getting incredibly frustrated with me. There was another player in the area. I'm not sure if they were like wondering what the heck was going on as I'm jumping in and out of the building, playing ring around the rosy with the Mega Abomination bathhouse bouncer inside of tier 3. I just thought this was absolutely hilarious, and you know, I just have so much fun playing MW3 Zombies, and I just wanted to share some of the things I do to have a good time while playing this game. Now, you can see the damage, though, when we were able to hit the critical shots with this SMG on just the standard Mega Abomination inside of tier 3 is awesome. Absolutely amazing damage with this SMG, for sure. Fires up a second critical attack. We're able to mow in and take off his second head. There's only one head left on the bathhouse bouncer Mega Abomination inside of tier 3. So the other trick for getting your Mega Abominations to fire up the critical attack is to get some verticality, either be above them or below them, and they should fire up the laser attack for you so that you can get the critical shots in a lot quicker and therefore eliminate your Mega Abominations at a faster rate, which was awesome to see. We got that one out of the way, and then there was another Mangler HVT in the area. Again, easy work with this SMG, not much of an issue at all. We picked up the loot from that Mega Abomination, and then it was time to head off to a buy station as I grabbed a sigil, and so I wanted to go off to Season 2's Dark Aether and replenish the mags of holding that I brought in for this run. So I went off to the buy station and I stole my decoy grenades, and then I went and purchased a bunch of Casimir grenades to help out with the Aether extractor contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. So then it was make our way over to the Season 2 Dark Aether portal, activate that, and then fire our way into the Season 2 Dark Aether. Now, we're just a regular sigil, so not an Elder sigil, but I did want to go in and just show you guys how well this weapon performs inside of, you know, all three tiers, whether it is tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or the Dark Aether. So in Season 2, this is the path you want to go to pick up your first bounty contract. Right when you spawn in, pull a 180, and then head into the building and go to your left, and you'll pick up your bounty contract right here, your bounty contract bunny, which we did. And we got a Mega Abomination inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. So then you make it over. I used my jug suit to take out our Mega Abomination, and all of the congestion in the area, as you can see, there is just an absolute boatload of zombies and HVTs in the area right here coming at me in front of my Mega Abomination. I almost wasn't sure if I was going to even finish the Mega Abomination before my jug suit ran out. Like, this was insane. There was so much stuff right here. But I recommend bringing in a jug suit if you want to deal with your Mega Abomination bounty contracts inside of the Dark Aethers. Just makes things a whole lot easier for everybody involved. We got an Elder Sigil out of there, which is awesome. We can use that to help out community members inside of the Zhorde Discord if they need to get in and get schematics done, so we definitely wanted to keep that with the stash. So the next contract I pick up when in doing the Season 2 Dark Aether is the P&D Outlast contract. And I wanted to show you completing that contract using this SMG because it is definitely able to dish out a ton of damage. This P&D contract can get absolutely insane. There is a couple times when I did have to dip out of the P&D contract during this run here, just to kind of avoid, you know, the congestion and taking it down. Here was one of those times. There was just so much coming at me. That Disciples healing effect was not getting broken at all. Like, I was just kind of taken it from him. So I figured I'd move around, reposition myself, try and get in some critical shots on the Disciple, use the decoys I have to kind of, you know, maneuver around the crowd control, focus fire in on the Disciple right here when I had the opportunity, as I do not want that Disciple beefing up the zombies inside of this Outlast contract. It makes things a lot more challenging for sure. As a solo player, I always run Energy Mine, so I use that as much as possible doing these Outlast contracts. Got a nice double points in there, which I was hoping to use for the contract, but of course I got a little bit too early. If you get it about 75 and 80% left of your contract when you pick up your double points, it should last until your contract is complete, and then you'll get double points on the essence reward for your contract. So if you're doing that inside of tier 3, for example, you get double points on a cargo, you get 5k for the tier 3 contract. So with double points, you'd be getting 10k for a cargo contract inside of tier 3, which is absolutely insane. So here we are. Another tip I have for completing the Outlast, the P&D contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether, is use these countertops. Your zombies and your crowd control will not mantle over top of them. They have to go around them. So if you keep jumping over top of them, mantling over top of them, you should be able to keep crowd control under control. There was nothing in that reward rift that I needed, so it was time to grab the last bounty contract, which is the Aether Extractor contract, and this is what I use Casimirs for. This bounty contract is on top of the Spore building, the big huge mall. That's where this one is found. So you throw a Casimir down, run straight over and activate your Aether Extractor, and you should be able to finish that before your Casimir is done. So there we are. We got the first one done with our first Casimir. And you can see the movement speed when I have this SMG in my hands is definitely amazing. I'm having no issues moving around inside of the Dark Aether with the weapon in hand, which is definitely awesome to see. Put a quick plate on before I activated this Aether Extractor. Again, got the Casimir going in the background. You can see I was able to finish up that Aether Extractor before my Casimir grenade was finished. So off to our third and final Aether Extractor for this contract. Again, throw down a Casimir, head straight to the Aether Extractor, activate that, and you should be able to complete them, not a problem, with 3 Casimirs. Now, I did have my Energy Mine finished, so I ran over to get into the Reward Rift, as this one can be really crazy at the end, and drop the Energy Mine to clear out the Rift Raft. And a success. I got what I came in here for. I got a Mags of Holding. So we stowed that and pinged our way to another exfil, if you didn't know, which is right beside the shopping center inside of this building here. So I made our way over. There was a ton of just congestion at the exfil. Threw a Casimir to get myself in. Was about to get grabbed by a Mimic. It is time to go. Awesome run. Truly fun. Overall thoughts and feelings on the Striker for Season 5 Reloaded. It's definitely a viable option to be running inside of our zombie game modes across all 3 tiers and the Dark Aether. With the build that I have today that you'll be seeing on screen at the end of the video, I definitely feel like there is some room to improve if you're looking to increase the damage or to make it shoot even straighter, but this build today was geared towards movement speed and damage. So let's work together down in the comments section below if you want to make any changes to the weapon so that we all have an amazing build to be using on this Striker SMG inside of our Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. Now the camo that I was using, I will show you, it is under all camos and it is under the microscope, and it is called Pathosis. I think I said that right. And then at the end of the video, we'll show you guys the blueprint that I was using for today's run. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, today is stream day.